Based on the webinar that we had on the 25th, that is this Monday, by Ash, he came out and updated us as to where we are with Onpassive. He has revamped and stripped some of the verbiages and languages that we used to use, and he prefers, for the betterment of the company, to not use certain words like these, up and down lines and packages and stuff. So right now, if I have a prospective person who is looking into this company to enroll and become a founder, at first, we used to explain that you pay your $97 US dollars, and if you use a credit card, there'll be a charge that will amount to a total of $102. That is straight and simple. Now, we want to be as transparent as possible and honest as possible and prepare this person's mind to prepare for the next stage of Onpassive. Now, I would like you, Robin, you have very good words. How would you teach us, let's put it that way, how to explain to a prospective founder to be prepared for the next stage that they will have to subscribe? How would you gauge the language or the verbiage that you're going to explain to this prospective person so that when they register to become a founder, they should be gearing up an amount, a hypothetical amount that they will use for their first subscription? Thank you. Without having to put those caps of amount that we used to use, that Sir Ash would prefer not to be used from Monday moving forward.
Understood. Yeah. So my first thing, and I say this to anybody I'm talking to, is forget and put aside anything that you know about anything that you've done in online business if you've not been successful. Mm-hmm. And by that, I mean if you have not made a substantial six-figure amount of money through online businesses. Because as we know, 98% of people do not successfully reach their dreams through that industry. So without labeling anything, without directly putting anything down, I just say, please put all of that you've learned aside. Onpassive is something completely different. It is unique. And we are actually showing the world the new concept of what business and what working together is going to be all about. If you can do that, and if you would like me to continue, then here we go. People are joining you because they trust you, because they know you. And the business hasn't changed in how we describe it. This is still artificial intelligence, internet technology, a company that is global, that we are in over 200 countries around the world, and we have close to 1.3 million founders who have understood and seen the vision of a company, of a CEO who has said that he's going to create a business for each and every one of us, hands-free, 100% automated, artificial intelligence directed, and all done for you. In saying that, you have a choice. If you would like to share this with other people to give them the same opportunity, for them to be able to have their friends, their loved ones, have the same type of business built for them by Onpassive as we were promised and we were told when we came in, and it was reiterated again on Monday that this is what is happening, then I hope you will join us and then tell others about it. We are all part of one big team in this aspect. The $102, as you said correctly, is a breakdown of $97 plus $5 for credit card, which is still the fastest way to get through. You are in, you have your link, and welcome to being an Onpassive founder with us. Other methods of payment are possible, but they will take longer. And if you want to get in, do it now, because there are webinars that you can join at this point. The other thing that I say is now, the opportunity to become a founder is getting closer and closer to closing down forever. Not to put pressure on them deliberately, but to give them the facts and the information, the truth of what we have now been told. And once that happens, there will be no more founder opportunities available to people around the world. You can still come in as a customer. You can still come in as a reseller. There will be other ways to join us, but you will not be a founder with those perks. Then, when we are told, we will be paying an activation fee. To this point, it is still between $200 and $300 US. We have not been told exactly what it is. Ash did allude to on Monday that there's a chance that there may be some lesser amount to be paid. And that would be wonderful, but that does not need to come into a discussion with anybody at this point, because we've not been told that amount, and we've not been told that for sure. That is what he is working towards. And because he said it, we know that there's a really, really good chance that in fact will happen. But for now, when we are talking to people, so as not to mislead them, that there are no unwarranted or some horrible surprises, we say the price to activate will be $200 US to $300 US dollars per founder's fee. And in addition to that, the joy with this company is that you can have more than one founder's position in your own name if you want to. We just need to have separate email addresses for each of those founders' positions. Does that help you?
Yes, Robin. But the tricky part is this last few words that you just said. As per last Monday, the CEO, goodness, Ash Mufareh, said we should not mention that amount, and he's stressed upon not to use the $300 because he's still trying to figure it out. So
Exactly.
it
But you
becomes
know
really
somebody,
tricky
Yeah.
when you are explaining and making sure that you're transparent and truthful to this person, and walking them, anticipating, knowing that there will be a subscription fee. Because each time you say that, somebody will just jump and say, how much would that be? So you're boxed in and you don't know how
Yes.
to explain to this person without using those verbiages of the range that he says we shouldn't, because he's still trying to figure it out. But at the same time, you want to be as honest to this person and preempt for them to prepare, to know that there will be that subscription fee.
Exactly.
So that's the tricky part, that the fine line that you're walking through. But
we're walking a tightrope.
Mm-hmm.
We are walking a tightrope at the moment with this one without a net underneath us.
Exactly.
I will continue to say that this is what we have been told. However, there is also a good chance that things will change, and we are founders. We are waiting for updates, and by joining as a founder, you will get the accurate, up-to-date information at the same time as all the other founders will.
Okay.
This is where it's been to this point. We have been told that there are other, so much is still to be told to us that will be told to us, but they will only be said when we are founders, and when, as Marty said, the founder's position will be closed. So I understand the trepidation. I understand the concern. That is how I say it. I have had people ask me, well, you cannot expect me to say, fine, I'm going to jump in, but I want to know what the other side of the payment's going to be. Fair enough. So I have said what I know, but I've also said it is possible that it will change and be less, but we will all find out. All founders will find this out at the same time. And it's up to them if they continue to push it to say, I can't say anything more than that. I don't know. We will be told when we are told by the CEO. We don't need to go into the aspects of, well, he hasn't worked it out, or we don't know, or it could be this, because in actual fact, we don't even know accurately what that is all about. He doesn't have to tell us those sort of things and how he's working it out right now. And chances are it's all worked out. He's waiting now for the campaigns to be enrolled and rolling forward, and also to close the founder's position. And then he will be telling us things that he will be able to tell us once that is closed. So the premise of that statement that he made of closing the founder's position when he does it is so that people will not come in on an absolute rush of information, and that is the only reason why they've joined. So everything that he is saying, obviously, is truth, and everything that we are hearing is falling into place and context, but this is where now we are fortunate to be able to put the brakes on a little bit, talk to people honestly about what we know, and still say to them, there is still time to be a founder, but that window of opportunity is closing, but when it closes, we will have more information. All right?
Thank you so much. The reason why I asked this is for all of us in the panel to be at least educated as to how to walk the fine line as we encourage and empower and impress upon people to look into this Onpassive. And sometimes you have to be extremely careful and be factual and be honest and transparent at the same time,
Absolutely.
but not cross the line. So we can all educate ourselves as to how to go about when we meet people. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you,
You're
Chris.
very welcome.
Thank you, Marty. I appreciate
You're
you all.
sweet.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to call Marty in and just see if he has anything to add to that, because I'm not sure if he's been able to follow what we've been talking about.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so the last part that's really the important piece, I knew you were busy, was how best to help people not to get caught up in the $200 to $300 activation fee, with Ash saying on Monday that he would prefer us not to use that example, but when we have prospects for people who are interested, pushing to know what the next amount will be.
The first thing I would say is, and all of this is very affordable. That's not a price, but it gives them something. If people get nervous, I would say, because at this point they have people that are specialists in mathematicians trying to figure out the pay plan, what they can pay.
You're saved by the bell. Okay, we'll come back to you, Marty. Yeah. Bye.